Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, dogs, cats, and everybody who happens to be watching this stream for whatever reason with whatever limbs and vision you might have. I'm LD. I'm joined here today by the one, the only great GGNetgodz, and we are casting MUFC facing off against First Departure, specifically PyrionFlax. We're watching just a ping pong match of a series, I gotta say.
A ping pong ball match of a series. Absolutely.
There you go.
This, I mean, here we go with another team fight heavy side. Look at this. Jakiro, Venomancer, Enigma so far. Up against TA, Leshrac, and Bounty Hunter. Interesting starting picks. Darkseer banned this time. Queen of Pain banned this time. Sand King and Tidehunter banned. So I think that Mavis are going again for a kind of team fight heavy lineup from the looks of it.
I don't like this. I just don't like giving away that Templar Assassin to a player like Ohaiyo, who is it's just such a comfortable hero for most solo mid players. They'd love to get their hands on that TA. We'll see how it works. They do have a lot of control. In theory, they can lock TA down. In practice, though, these are three relatively squishy support heroes, and well, that's where TA makes you bleed, makes you cry. But before we talk a little bit more about the draft, just to give some context to the whole thing, this is game number 3. You're watching MUFC versus First Departure. This is the GEST Dota 2 Southeast Asian event. The winners of this tournament will be moving on into a separate event with IG and LGD, the top dogs from China. So that should be pretty exciting. But as far as this game goes, we're looking at game 3. We're looking at two teams where frankly, that game number 1 really could have gone either way. It felt like Mavis or First Departure did almost enough to come back. Wasn't quite enough. In game 2, they felt comfortable from the word go.
Yeah, I think they did. It was a close game. I think that the second game it was hinging on whether their game plan would work versus MUFC's. They sort of cobbled together that response. But I don't know what No Nature's Prophet, is he banned this time? No, he's still available for a pick. Maybe Slardar. Okay, yeah, interesting. Yep. Interesting pick.
This is what we saw out of DK as a way to counter. We saw Burning picking the Slardar a lot, playing it in the safe lane. Generally, they'd run it with the Shadow Shaman. They get early sentry wards, they place them in that safe lane, and if Bounty Hunter tries to enter the lane, they just kill him. They have tons of lockdown. He can't really be in the lane. Maybe he can sneak by, kind of bypass behind enemy lines, go for some pulls, try and just draw the creep wave back to his tower. But on paper, it gives you lots of lockdown. It gives you a way to track TA and Bounty Hunter in the mid game, and it helps you to counter the Warcry. At the same time, Warcry is pretty good to deal with Slardar's minus armor. It's an interesting pick. I'm not sure if it's the best choice against MUFC because they like to split push, and Slardar on paper can help set up those ganks, but you can't always count on him fighting the kills.
No, he's a kind of hero, like you said. This is from my personal experience. Whenever I play Bounty Hunter, I hate to be laning against a Slardar. But once you leave the laning phase, it's like not anywhere near as scary. I mean, you could have a Slardar in your pocket in the form of a sentry ward or some dust or something without wasting, for want of a better word, a whole hero pick on him. It just kind of feels like you said, Jakiro, Venomancer, Enigma, they're going to melt really fast to this team. And you've got Slardar, who doesn't seem to scale very well. Who do they get now? They need some absolute monster to carry them all. Maybe they'll get Shadow Fiend again. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. Shadow Fiend's an option. That would give them tons of minus armor. It gives them a lot of burst damage. Gives them a good team fight. We could see it. We definitely could see it. He is a little squishy. They do have some good burst damage on the other side, which it makes it dangerous. But it could work. It definitely could work. So we'll see what they decide to go for. Oh, boy.
Oh.
Well,
oh, boy.
I think they got their carries covered.
Okay, do you still want to bet on this one? Because I've got my wallet right here, and I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to say right now, MUFC to win this one. Hands down. In under 40 minutes, I'm going to say as well.
Is that just because of this Lycan pick?
That's because I think their team is far more terrifying than Mavis's team. Their team is petrifying, start to finish.
Well, Pyrion, apparently your Dota TV audio is still not working, so it's lying to you when you see that bar moving when it should be working. Nope, it's broken. Valve still trying to sort out their Dota TV audio kinks. We do apologize, guys, but it's one of these things where it's hard to tell if it's working because it says it is and then it's actually not. But we'll do our best to get it sorted out for you. Hopefully it will be fixed. Again, there's a
Bizarre.
2-minute delay on the stream, and of course in-game, so it will be an extra 2 minutes at the earliest before it's resolved. But hopefully it will be. Last pick, you were right, Period. You called it. It's going to be the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, it's scary when I call things correctly, LD. It makes me feel very cold and alone. What's happening? The universe has gone topsy-turvy.
The universe is topsy-turvy. Period. Hopefully you see that little speech bubble.
No, I don't see it now. Let me just try and mess around with it again. This is absolutely bizarre. I'll turn it off.
Well, while you're doing that, I will introduce the players for the side of First Departure. Miracle on the Shadow Fiend will be heading to the safe lane, taking that safe lane farm. Poisson gonna be on the Slardar. He'll be going solo mid, which is something the Pinoy teams like to do. Send a Slardar, send a DK, solo mid, bottle crow a lot. Just use that, spam that nuke to kind of control the lane. P on the Enigma. We have Infatuated playing the Jakiro. And last but not least, it is Lubby on the Venomancer.
Yeah, my in-game is not working at all. Sorry about that. I will try and... I guess I could reconnect or try that, or restart Dota maybe. Can I do that?
Yeah, might as well try it now before things pick up.
I'll be back in a sec.
Sure. Over on the side of MUFC, Ling is going to be playing the Shrek. We have Sharky on the Bounty Hunter, who was pretty effective last game, although at times the decision-making from him on the Prophet didn't always work out for the best. Net playing the Sven. Solo mid, it will be Ohaiyo on one of his favorite heroes, and really one of the favorite heroes of any solo mid player. He'll be handling the Templar Assassin. Ken on the Lycanthrope. And it's going to be a safe lane Lycanthrope, and he's getting the farm in the lane. Ken, generally not known for playing the jungle, so it looks like possibly even an offensive tri-lane, or maybe just a double roam combo. That's the other option. Net has a smoke picked up. Leshrac Sven, we've seen some teams do this. We saw Flash do it, I think, most notably. Just running the Sven as a roamer. Here's the smoke already off the bat. They're just going to roam. They're not going to lane these two. Just going for kills. It really should be Net leading the way, but he's not. Now they come in mid. Working for the background, working to try and set up this kill. And will they be able to do so? PyrionFlax. Well, here.
There we go. Okay,
mid lane.
my speech bubble is showing up.
All right, cool. As your speech bubble is showing up, Lubby's busy dying mid.
Oh my goodness, brutal.
Well, PyrionFlax, hopefully the good people out there will be happy now. Hopefully they can hear your delightful voice.
The 30-second boosh.
The 30-second boosh, indeed. Well, it's just a roaming Slardar or a roaming Sven as well as Leshrac. They can't tell you if they can hear you. They can't listen to you in game. So it's
fix the overlay.
No, the overlay's been fixed.
Okay. Oh man, good start.
Anyway, first blood claimed by MUFC. Now they're just gonna do some pulling. Lycan actually used these wolves to help these supports jungle. Interesting choice by him. At the same time, it's gonna make the wave push a little more, which means some experience that maybe that Enigma shouldn't be getting, unless they do the double pull, which they do. So. MUFC doing a nice job of controlling this lane.
This double pull, it's that kind of clever knowledge that I consider cheating, LD. Knowing the game that well almost seems unfair. Almost as unfair as Refraction. Look at TA can just happily tank everything here.
Mid lane, she's in a lot of trouble. Barely will survive. Barely, though. Tough lane for her. Running the dual lane mid, this is pretty good to counter TA. You've got plenty of ways to remove the refraction. You've got lots of chasing power, lots of chain stun, and Leshrac will help them to deal with this. It is a melee hero after all in Slaughter, and that's where Leshrac can be pretty annoying.
God, yeah.
Bottom lane. This is never mind.
Just poked at him.
This is a lady Lycan.
Yeah. That's the thing now. Does he not jungle anymore? I mean, look at this. He's got Sage's Mask and Ring of Regen.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, it's a hero in the safe lane. They can't actually get kills that easily. Whereas,
right.
You know, if it's a Slardar there, if it's a Sven there, and if the Sven's a farmer and he's got a real support there, a traditional support, they just kill the Enigma. Instead, he just walks away.
Yeah, actually, this might be interesting at this point. It's kind of a funky setup going on over here. I'm not quite sure. I mean, yeah, bizarre. As everyone's pointing out to me in chat, I'm foolish to think that Lycan is still scary. I think he's still scary. He's just not as scary.
No, he's still the same. He's the same exact hero in the mid game. It's just he pretty much needs a lane to farm, which it somewhat limits your options to a certain extent because they know where he's going to be. They know he's going to be in a lane or he's Puppy, and in which case the team's pulling him regen, so it's a huge economic cost either way. It can work. It's the same hero when the mid game comes, but he requires a lot more to get going. Whereas before, it was like Morphling in the previous version, where he can solo mid. He doesn't even need any supports most of the time.
Right. What did they do to Morphling to change him? Because now I literally never see him.
They made a lot of nerf. Morphling got the big nerf bad.
Oh, okay.
He can't cast spells while he's in wave form. He's got a longer cast animation, which means that it takes a little bit, like a split second longer to actually use a waveform. Adaptive, we won't talk about it later. Mid lane, here comes the race car. Here comes the pain.
Oh my goodness. And that slaughter, that was great because Ohaiyo was getting out farmed by that slaughter, and now I think he's gonna. Where's he going now? Actually, he's tearing off bot to get this rune, and then I thought he was gonna rotate around. They might try and catch him again. No.
Level 3 on the Slardar, level 3 on the Venomancer. TA only 4, but gonna hit 5, gonna hit 6 pretty soon, and the traps are really gonna be effective against Slardar and Venomancer. Very reliant on chasing, on diving, and, well, with the traps, it's a lot harder to do it. Gale will hit, though. Sentry Ward is dropped. Refraction already used up. It is off cooldown, will be used again by Ohaiyo. Smartly running north, running away from that Sentry Ward, and no kill.
You think about what TA's got, especially once she hits 6 in the middle lane. She can farm easily with the Sideblades. She can avoid getting ganked with Psionic Trap. She can hide with Meld, and she can just become immune to everything with Refraction. It's kind of ludicrous. How the heck he's meant to stop her? Like, what's the strategy? Just continual harassment?
It just, TA's a hero that's always going to win pretty much every 1v1 matchup, aside from Batrider, aside from maybe Venomancer, but she pretty much wins any 1v1 matchup. Fortunately, Dota's a team game, so if you play as a team, if you pick lots of slows, lots of stuns, you can deal with her. She's just one of these heroes that you have to game plan for, which makes her a top ban, a top pick. Because if you have to develop a specific game plan to deal with the hero, well, she's already pretty much done her job simply by being picked. I want to point out, Shadowfiend is having a fantastic time in this lane. He is 37-21. Lycan is 24-4. He is not having nearly as much farm.
That is 39-22. That's absolutely insane. How many creep waves have there been since the start of the game? It's like every 30 seconds, right? So if you think about every 30 seconds since the start of the game, how many creeps possibly could he have hit? I need to do some maths here a second.
There's 8 creeps per minute, and we are 6 minutes in. There's been 48 creeps for his side. So he's not quite last hitting perfectly. He's last hitting quite well, though. And they're going to get a tower bottom. This is a very early tower, and something Enigma can't do anything about. He's not a good anti-pusher. He's not a good counter-pusher. And they get an early tower. Will they keep the pressure up, though? Ken already has a flats, so level 6, going to hit 7 soon. Mid lane, they continue to pressure Ohaiyo, but not actually able to kill him off. So far, MUFC is... they're controlling the lanes pretty well. The only concern is going to be the Shadowfiend. Well, also mid maybe as well. Ohaiyo's in a lot of trouble. The Sentry Ward, though, he's about to run out of range. There's no amplified damage yet, and it looks like he's going to live. Maybe not. Will there be another crush? There's no mana. He's bottling up. Ohaiyo's got refraction in 5 seconds. Is going to juke. One more auto attack. They finally kill that stinking Templar assassin. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Enigma will die as well.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's like a Herculean effort just to kill that hero once. And this is with Venomancer, who's one of the best heroes in the game to counter her in the lane.
Right. Yeah, especially for those early ganks. Venomancer's great. And look at Slaughter had to use pretty much everything, and his bottle, he's had hardly any health and mana left. Venomancer's Venomancer's okay, but yeah. She's just ridiculous.
Oh, what a play by Miracle. Yes, just escaping, but as soon as that Shuriken Toss comes out, he just TPs away. This is something that you expect to see from high-level players. It's just not just blindly TP'd hoping for the best, but knowing which abilities and which heroes. Saw the TA was TP'd and saw that color and just knew he could go. Bottom lane, now the gank with the P and the chain stun, and that's a dead Enigma.
That's just... yeah, the MUFC are taking control of this one, absolutely. Just scary. I mean, like you said, very squishy heroes. Enigma, all on his own, that's pretty tough. I mean, leaving him there against Jakiro. Oh, sorry, leaving him there against Sven. That Sven stun alone almost bloody kills him.
It's offlane Enigma. It's a hero that's easily ganked. He's squishy. He's not mobile. He used to be popular in the offlane because he controls the lane well. You know, he keeps the creep wave pulled back. He denies creeps.
Yeah.
In a 1v1, Enigma's great, but MUFC aren't playing 1v1s. They're playing tower dive. They're playing 6-1 at 8 minutes into the game kind of Dota, and that is trouble. That's big trouble. It's a lot of kills to give up.
Yep, and they just got another kill. Venomancer killed there. It's 6-1, starting to run away from them.
This is...
What could First Departure do, LD? I mean, if you were here, I mean, Slardar's dived way past here. They've stuck a ward down. How did they...
Oh my goodness.
How did they know he was there? Did they just gamble?
They had one sentry ward in the lane. I think that was placed as they retreated. They may have just seen him get the rune. It looks like they have an observer ward bottom, so... Saw him get the rune, figured he's probably going to run in. And that's just that veteran savvy coming into play.
Yeah, God, that was crazy. And now look at this bounty hunter's going to think I could pick this Enigma off here if he just comes too far away. Ventures a little bit distance from the tower. That's it. He's a dead man.
You know what? You asked what they needed, and what they really need is the Shadow Fiend to get his Shadow Blade up. As silly as it sounds, it's not normally a game-changing item. It's more of a pub item in a lot of ways, but it allows him to maybe find some solo kills. And if he can start to find those, then that relieves pressure from MUFC. Or from First Departure, from the pressure that MUFC is applying.
Yeah.
Aside from that, nobody's in a position to have an impact. I guess Enigma is level 7, but good luck walking in and actually landing a black hole. They've got 3 ways to cancel it, and they're all fairly long range, fairly reliable when you're not moving, which, well, when you're black holing, you're not moving, so...
Right. I mean, with 10 minutes in, and they've already got a 3,000 gold lead and a 1,500 XP. And the thing, early on, you think 3,000 gold is actually quite a few of your core items, isn't it? If you think about what you can buy with that. That's kind of like... That's a lot of your guys having the sort of core or second tier items that you get, and that could make a big difference. I mean, Bounty Hunter's probably going to kill this. Oh wait, nope. Enigma escapes.
But even then, you know, it takes a TP to stop that kill, and that's a small economic victory for the squad.
Right, exactly. It's another 135 gold right there. Ken's 45 and 4, so he's not doing too badly down here actually. Got his Vlad's, got his medallion. I love to see what items people get. TA is just, she doesn't need anything. Damn.
He is farming really well, and yet he's 1,000 gold behind the Shadow Fiend.
Right.
Miracle has shown a pretty impressive ability to farm quickly, farm efficiently. And I like his style with this team, because First Departure, it seems like they need him to get involved early. Some teams, their carries, you know, you look at a top team like IG, Zhou can just farm, and the game's probably over. His team's probably won the game by the time he gets involved. Well, middle lane, Ice Path will be dodged, Infatuated is going to get caught out. One by one, they're getting picked off. Now the Shadow Blade comes into play, then so we have to ask Pyrion, who's an easy kill? And Leshrac? Even Leshrak's got his urn up. There are no super easy kills this game, but there are some heroes you can maybe bring down.
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously Lycan has got his shape-shifting stuff, so he can escape. Bounty Hunter, I guess if you can maybe bring Slaughter with you and try and get him with the amplified damage thing, but yeah, it's tough. You sure ain't going to be ganking TA. Leshrac, I guess, but even then, you don't want to solo him because of Edict. And Sven is manly, of course, although he's not yet level 6. So yeah, tough, very tough.
Ay caramba. Ay caramba.
8-2, I mean... You know, 8-2 and they've lost the tower. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Not gonna go in the end.
Thought about it.
The good thing for First Departure, they've only lost the one tower bottom. If you start losing multiple towers, then you pretty much lose this game, because TA, Lycan, and Bounty Hunter, these heroes can just show up instantly. TA's gonna have her Blink Dagger soon. Lycan's got just the spammable haste. You've got Track as well. And more.
Look at this. Look at this. Enigma, Veno, and Jakiro are all coming in top here, trying to catch these guys around the back. I think they were hoping that they might be able to catch somebody out, but instead they just sort of warded up and pulled back. I guess maybe they're thinking they're going to push here. This could be a big team play here.
They wanted to deward, but unfortunately MUFC is going to be able to...
Reward!
Yeah, This is some dedication, and this is they got burnt once by the Shadowblade Miracle, by that early Shadowblade rush on the Shadow Fiend last game, and they're not going to get caught unawares by it again. If they want to push, they're going to have this. It's not just about D-Ward. It's they want to see Shadow Fiend coming, and boy, they will.
I did not know that Stormhammer has an AoE effect, because Sven just took out 5 creeps with one shot. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's a small AoE, but it is an AoE. It's only 255 radius, which is quite small. But if you it combos well with certain abilities, like Ice Path if you catch a few heroes close together, Vacuum or Reverse Polarity from Magnetar or Darkseer, just to pull heroes closer. Then it gets really scary. But even if you only hit one, it's still a decent stun.
So Slardar just basically has to use amplified damage, kind of like Track from Bounty Hunter. In fact, very similarly to the way the Bounty Hunter uses Track, right?
Yep. So these guys of Map Pack, MUFC are just doing such a sensational job of dewarding.
Yeah.
Just constantly placing these sentries down, making life so annoying.
But you know what? I think that goes back to what you were saying about...
Sharky explodes!
Wow. Yeah, Bounty Hunter, that'll happen.
Miracle finds his opening, and this is, Track on paper, great against anything that gives you visibility. But if you come in and Viz to start and they don't see you, you can't have sentry wards everywhere. You can have them in many places, but everywhere is a tall order.
But what you were saying about, oh, look at this, here goes Shadow Fiend. I thought he was going to go in on Lycan then, but he didn't. What you were saying about who do they gank? Like, who does Shadow Fiend gank? He's huge, and he's terrifying, and as you said, he doesn't even need feet. He just sits on a stool and coasts around on a kind of ocean of oily, evil blackness. But who does he catch? Because they're going around dewarding, so you're not going to get, you're going to have to gamble. And if they gamble and lose, that's probably GG. And look at this, there's big trouble top. These guys are going to get wrapped around here.
Uh-oh, but they're diving some very good defensive heroes. This is not a guaranteed one fight. They want to push the lane in, the Tracks to start things off, Shriek and Toss. MUFC, against some heroes, you just dive there and kill all 3. But against these heroes, and against an Enigma who's not on the map right now, could just show up at any time with Black Hole, this is a little bit dicey, and MUFC are playing it, well, exactly as though it is.
But here comes Shadow Fiend to join the fight, so yeah. Yeah.
The problem...
Ken's going to push this tower down, so
that's the problem. That's the problem. Someone needs to be here, but who do you send there? If you send Shadow Fiend there, well, he's the only scary hero at this point in the game, so you kind of need someone else there, but nobody else can lane against this Lycan right now. He gets the tier 2. And with a good start, you see Lycan's that same damn hero. Just pushes the towers down.
Right.
It's just his laning.
Do you suppose, because people were like, why'd they pick Lycan? They could have, essentially they could have picked Nature's Prophet and done the same job. But I don't know, you got to figure as well. Maybe they didn't want to have to play Nature's Prophet again. He's a pretty boring hero to play.
Pretty sure they just want to win. And, well, we'll see. Dust is forced out. Track now being thrown out. Where's that amplified damage? Really want to amplify that Bounty Hunter. Are they going to dive onto Slardar? Shriek and Toss. Again, just so hard to fight into the squad.
Yeah. But they're just chipping away at him. Just chipping away. Get some tracks on him. Get some position. Wait for that opening. Keep chipping away with stuff like Shuriken. But yeah, you got Black Hole to worry about. You don't want to get caught. You don't want to get caught out.
You've got the dive, and are we going to see a 2-3 here? Stormbolt, nice spread from first departure, not grouping up. Crush is going to whiff. That might be the opening. In comes Ohaiyo. Does he have another haster? No, I think that's just Track move speed. And
oh,
really?
A BM pause. A BM pause. This feels tactical.
What a time to pause.
Pink lagging.
Well, that's an important hero to have not lagging, so I suppose we'll let it slide.
Wait, what time is it? 4 o'clock? I'm going to grab a beer while we're paused. Is that cool? Give me 2 seconds.
All right, enjoy, buddy. So for anyone just tuning in, this is game number 3 of MUFC versus First Departure. As far as the brackets go, it's a match. Whoever wins this will be played against Zenith. On the bottom side of the bracket, I don't actually know the result offhand, but I'm pretty sure Orange won that series. So I think we'll have Orange versus Natural 9 tomorrow, as well as MUFC versus Zenith, and both of those matches should be streamed on this channel, twitch.tv/beyondthesummit. So if you want to catch those, if you want to catch any of our broadcasts in the future, be sure to follow us. If you want to go the extra mile, you can subscribe. It does remove ads, which I know some people find annoying. Of course, you can also use AdBlock, which is free, but if you want to support us, that is an option as well. So, Pyrion, we're paused, and it's an interesting time to be paused. We could even see a Psyblade kill onto this Slardar if he's not careful.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at I like it actually when it's paused. You can get a really good idea of exactly who's got what. Because in the middle of the fight, it also happens so quickly. It's sometimes hard to know who's got what abilities up. Ohai's still got refraction up. I mean, you know, Ice Path is down, Slardar's amplified damage is down, Slithering Crush is down, Sprint is down. Enigma's if he can get a black hole off, that could be big, but he hasn't got Blink Dagger, so he's probably not going to be able to catch Sven and Lesh and Bounty Hunter, which would be awesome, of course. But even if he did, Ohai's probably going to kill Slardar and then maybe turn around and kill him. So yeah, it's a tough spot. MUFC I would say they are bossing this game. They're in a pretty commanding position, don't you think?
It's a good position. It's also a dangerous position just because of the lineup they're up against. A big black hole, Shadow Fiend TP's in. Suddenly you lose everyone except for the Lycanthrope. You know. And,
here we go.
Here comes the fight. Amplified damage is thrown. Maybe looking for that Psyblade splash. Not going to fight it. Now Malphist under the tower. Trap to fly as well. And first departure just... Lubby is not in a good location here. Can I just say this is not where you want to be?
That's not where you want to be.
And he's dropping more wards. He needs to TP out right now. I don't know why he's not TPing out.
Yeah, because they're going to see those wards and go, hang on a minute. There you go.
There you go.
And they're all wasted a lot of spells trying to fight him. Maybe that was a nice little trick, actually. I kind of like that. Drop a few wards and then TP out. Make them think they have a chance.
Oh, yeah. Well
Meanwhile,
played.
Miracle coming around the back here, trying to catch Lycan. He's not going to catch Lycan, is he?
Speaking of that Lycan, he brought Roshan down, not to the killing blow, but fairly low. And Shadow Fiend could also kill this quickly with his team there. Enigma can actually solo Roshan at this point in this game.
Wow.
In the game.
I'll have to remember that, because if you rotate the Eidolons well,
right,
then yeah, I never managed it.
And what you could even do is create a new set of Eidolons from your original set, so you don't even need creeps there to create another set.
Smart.
Here comes the dive. Oh, trouble for the Slardar. That is one sad poisson. The fish will fall. Now infatuated. Next in line, Black Hole. Only catching out the Bounty Hunter. Not what you're hoping for out of that Black Hole. You need something bigger. You need an epic miracle Requiem of Souls, and he's not going to find it. PyrionFlax, it's a massacre. It is 4 heroes dead.
That is brutal. That is just... I think, what can you say? Shadow Fiend manning up the top, taking out some creeps. They sort of needed him there, I think. But yeah, what are you going to do? I mean, it's been over for 5 minutes. I think. I really just think that there's no way back. I mean, you got a TA just going nuts. What can you do?
Guys, you heard it. Turn off the stream. The game is over. They have forfeited. PyrionFlax has called it.
Yep, it's GG.
No, of course the game is not over, but like you said, commanding position for MUFC. And frankly,
it's going to be good. I like to watch it when you see these guys like MUFC just going to... The last game I thought it was not their best. I don't think they really had a counter to Mavis, but this time they just said, right, okay, these are the picks. But I mean, we'll get TA. If we can get TA, they basically are going to win the game, and I think that's what's happened.
It seemed like First Departure just wasn't prepared for that roaming Sven Leshrac. They just didn't react to it well. Oh god. Oh my goodness. That was a quick kill.
That was ugly.
That was ugly and it was quick. And it was over. And now they're on to the next. Track onto the Slardar. Normally Slardar's charging in. This time he's just slithering away as quickly as he can. And well, is MUFC going to go high ground? Yasha up on the Templar Assassin, going for more chasing, going for a way to remove that amplified damage with the Manta style. And it's a pretty nice pickup. I still think the BKB is going to be the better choice, or at least the safer option, but MUFC have not shown much of an interest in playing safe. These guys are just playing balls to the wall kind of Dota.
Yeah. But I mean, they know that they can do it. I mean, look at Sven. Look at Lycan. How many kills they got? 13 to 5. TA's 415 and had plenty of farm. Actually, she's got 94 and 18. How's Shadow Fiend doing? Let's have a look at him.
He's doing
141 and 26. But you can't just have one dude farm, ld. You can't just have Shadow Fiend's really big. Doesn't matter. The other 4 dudes are gonna melt.
Well, they don't.
Poor Veno.
They don't have the kind of lineup they had last game either. They don't have an Earthshaker and a Darkseer. They have a Venomancer and an Enigma. The Black Hole, very long cooldown, and we saw last fight.
Propositions, yeah.
We saw last fight is a 1-hero Black Hole. They need a 3, 4, 5-hero Black Hole. But good luck finding one against MUFC because they're so mobile. They're all so freaking fast. The whole team runs not quite a haste, but you know, up in that 450, 480 area when you've Warcry and Track. Not to mention Lycan, Spammable Haste, Blink Dagger on the TA. Good luck ever finding a nice Black Hole against this squad.
Yeah, I love Enigma. I play Enigma sometimes, and a great Black Hole is awesome. But as you say, I mean, it's just, if you miss it, that's it. It's like, I don't know. He kind of feels like one of those heroes that if you don't get Blink Dagger on him early, you're gonna have a big trouble getting in there. Because he's gonna wander in and Black Hole. Like you said, they're so mobile. He's not gonna get that chance.
Here comes this. Not actually gonna go in there. That Stormbolt looks like it was low ground to high ground, off towards the bottom side of the camera, but no actual initiation. Just both sides trading blows here. Lycan has gone for a BKB. He just wants to dive into the middle of these fights.
Yeah.
Oftentimes we'll see the Necrobook 3, and in this game, he was playing as just that split-pushing carry, but now he's running with his team, so...
Yeah, I think they realize they don't need to worry so much about that. All they need to do is just high ground and win. I don't think they need to worry about this kind of elaborate split-pushing thing, because they could just win a team fight. I mean, any team fight, they'd be lucky to kill... They might kill Bounty Hunter, but they'd be lucky to kill anybody else.
Again, it comes down to the Black Hole. If you hit one... all of a sudden, first departure get a team wipe. If you don't,
it's only
you lose.
One Black.
Yeah, Black Hole is Black Hole at pretty much all levels. It's still that 4-second duration. It's only the cooldown and the duration, or the cooldown and the damage that change. The damage, not significant. So Black Hole is Black Hole.
Get a Poison Nova off in there. Try and stack up your Ice Path and your Macro Pyre and stuff. But even then, I don't know. I just have a feeling that MUFC are going to be too manly and womanly, and they're going to kick their butts.
What are you drinking, Pyrion? What sort of beer do you have today?
San Miguel Cerveza.
I don't know what that is, but it sounded really nice the way that you described it.
Spanish beer.
Spanish beer. They don't drink beer. I thought they drank wine.
No, they drink beer too. Everybody drinks beer. Name a country that doesn't drink beer.
Any country where alcohol is banned.
They still drink beer.
They probably still do.
They still like a beer, I guarantee it.
Yeah. Oh boy, I could use a beer after these games. I'm sure the players could as well. At least some of them. So many back and forth engagements, so many stressful moments.
The way people are saying I'm drunk. This is my first beer of the day. I'm not even halfway through it. It's like 4:10. Give me a chance.
The entire chat was like 500 people spamming about the overlays for like the first like 10 seconds of the game. When I was busy trying to explain to you about Dota TV.
To be fair, LD, you have always said, "Let me know if the overlays aren't working," and people love to point out little things.
Oh yeah, from you, not from the chat.
Oh, from me saying the overlays. Oh right, sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're nothing but reliable.
That's true.
I have full faith in you, Pyrion. And PyrionFlax, I trust.
Oh wow, that's on the back of something, but it's not money. It's on the back of someone's butt, tattooed there.
Speaking of butts, Slardar, does he even have a butt? It's sort of this interesting...
Yeah,
how can he have a butt when...
long.
No, it's not a butt, it's just like a tail. It's one big tail. Where does the tail end of the butt begin, Pyrion?
Well, what do you think your butt used to be, LD? Not just yours, everybody's.
Are you saying that I am a slithering snake?
I'm saying that if you look at your butt, in the center of your butt, there is the coccyx bone, the tail bone, and that's where your tail used to be, son. So Slardar has a butt, it just has a tail in the way.
It's a tail, Pyrion. It's a really long tail. I refuse to call it a butt. BKB is up on Shadow Fiend. Here it comes. The Templar Assassin gets crushed up. Then the Ice Path on too. Where's that black hole? It is nowhere in sight because guess what? He's going for a mechanism. He's been going.
Oh my! Oh, there's not an eye roll or a big enough. Well, you've got to get the blink dagger, man. Come on.
Pyrion, you are drunk. Let's be honest.
No, Enigma without a blink dagger is like a Slytherin thing without a butt.
Oh, he's gonna blink in, crush on two. Where's that black hole? Just can't get it off. The Stormbolt is there, and the pause again from these guys in the middle of a team fight. Oh boy. Their computers. Somebody sponsor First Departure. MUFC got to be a little frustrated. This prompts a rare all-chat comment from Sharky. Normally a pretty quiet bunch overall, unless they're playing against Orange, and then both teams, well, they've got a bit of a back and forth, so they'll run their mouths a bit.
I think it's fair enough. I mean, the thing is, it's fair enough. If you're playing for a big game like this, you do not want to be playing on a lagging machine. It's not like you're just playing with your mates. You're playing a proper game, so I don't mind if they have to pause it. But it just kind of feels like it's out of nowhere. If you think about it, these guys are completely focused on the game. Right, I'll just press this button and win the game. And it's like, pause. At least they're not saying pause, I need the toilet, which is, I hate it when people pause the game because they need the loo. That really, really winds me up.
I've seen you play. A lot of things wind you up here, but
it's true.
It's okay.
You pointing that out winds me up.
Yeah, it's Dota's a game that winds people up. I don't know if it's much of a selling point, but it does.
I got angry, like properly angry playing Dota 2 the other day for probably the first time, and it was I then subsequently realized my mistake. The guys we were playing with were,
here we go. Lane's in a bit of trouble. Where's that black hole? He's still waiting for the right moment. Cannot find it. Veno gets picked off. That's a track kill for quite a few heroes. Meanwhile, in the base, Ken's diving. Got a black hole. This will do so. Ken will fall. But it forces out a black hole, and without this black hole, I just don't know if they can fight. They may live for now. They may hold on for now, but once that Lycan respawns, I think it's MUFC. 5 heroes mid. Try and end this game. Try and get some racks. Ugh.
That is over 3 minutes without the black hole. And when he landed it, he got one guy. It's so tough with Enigma, so tough. And you know what I think the sad thing is that if they'd got some early levels on him and got a blink dagger on him, then you've got a proposition, because then you have like the MUFC are like, we don't just run up the steps here, because we've got a black hole to worry about, and he's got a blink dagger, so it could be anywhere.
We got a Sharky to worry about now. This could be a big kill, and if he dies, then it buys time, like you said, for the black hole, which has a long cooldown, to maybe cool down. Sharky's still running. God damn it, he is faster than Slardar with sprint, but there's your blink. There's your crush.
Nice blink.
And there's your dead bounty hunter.
Yeah. I hate to see it. I love some BH. I've never played Slardar, ever. Never played Shadow Fiend either. So many things you got to worry about. You got how many spells has he got, for God's sake? How many of them are passive? Oh, there's quite a few passive. I could deal with that.
For Slardar?
No, for Shadow Fiend.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, his active abilities, one of them is 3-in-1. Here comes the blink. Here comes the crush. Ling taking some decent damage. They don't have black hole, remember? And oh god, it's Ohaiyo. Ohaiyo, too much damage. Hasn't even popped the Manta yet. Oh boy.
Just shows up and melts everything. Ice Path completely whiffed as well.
Oh.
Look at this. Miracle just having to pop his BKB to get out of there.
My kingdom for a black hole. Where is that black hole when you need it? Oh, they had to use it earlier. Just don't have it up when necessary. Slardar is bought back. Ohaiyo, though, with Refraction and the Eidolons wailing away at him, won't actually be able to live. But it comes at the cost of a buyback. It comes at the cost of, well, even more track kills, even more track gold. Ken still trying to run away. The ult should be up soon. Where's that split earth? It will hit only on the Slardar. Slardar will drop now onto Shadow Fiend. The counter initiation. Here comes Net.
Oh wow! And now they win the game.
Do they?
Yeah. They're going to take out a Raktish. Surely.
Period. Only 1 minute for that black hole. They're just buying time for it. That's all this is about.
I think they're going to get up this
steps. It's not looking good for them right now.
There we go. Yeah, that was brutal. The quick buybacks there are the key. Lycan's got his Reaver, for God's sake.
Yeah, he's a great hero to buy back, but, well, he's just been interested in getting these items up, going for the more aggressive play. TA, however, TA buybacks were pretty devastating. Stormbolt is only going to hit on the Jakiro. 20 seconds for that Enigma ult. Can he get it off? He will escape for the moment. Jakiro dies, however. Now the chase coming out from Ohio, going onto Lubby. But poisoned overused, he'll be able to escape, and back for the racks they go. Finally, MUFC. Period, it feels like a 40-minute siege. We are only 30 minutes of the game. Another disconnect from Lubby.
Oh, you're kidding me.
I don't know if they're going to pause. He's not really
dead.
Yeah, he's dead for the moment. No, Lubby's not dead.
Oh, no,
he's
he's
healing up
back.
the fountain.
Lubby survived, sorry.
Nah, it's one lane of racks down this early. We talked about it. MUFC are a lineup. You just can't lose map control against them. They're too good at chasing. They're too good at diving. And I just don't see the items. Too many buybacks from first departure. Just not really a situation where they should be able to win. If MUFC even give them a fighting shot, they were doing something horribly wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you know, with the black hole, it's great because, of course, if you think about it, the whole of the steps area is basically going to be one big black hole. Like, if you can get them coming up the steps, it's always great. Like, the steps are such a great part of the map because you've suddenly got to trust that you're going to do it and run up the steps and then boom, black hole. But look, he's about halfway to a blink dagger. Just look at the range of the black hole. It's nothing. Like, people forget. Enigma basically has to be standing on top of where he wants to put a black hole. If he hasn't got a BKB and he hasn't got a blink dagger, how the heck to get in there?
Even with the blink, you still got to catch 3 heroes. You got to catch that bounty hunter. You have to catch the Sven and the Leshrac, and
but it's doable. I mean, you know, you can pop out of nowhere and boom, black hole.
Well, Sharky has shown a propensity to get a little bit greedy and go for these solo kills, and it's cost him a few times in the last game. Cost him again here. TA top lane did manage to knock down that ranged Rax while this Roshan attempt was going on. Finishing off the top lane, maybe Pain though. This will be another farmer, maybe in trouble, but with that Manta Cell can remove amplify damage, should be okay for the moment.
Just look at that. They don't even bother chasing TA. It's like, what's the point? Just terrifying.
Well, they also can't, because if they chase the TA, then all of a sudden a Lycan shows up, Sven shows up, and you just get team wiped. So they would love to chase him normally, but just can't do it here.
So that you would normally chase him, you think?
In a more even game.
What's this?
Oh yeah.
LD. Some kind of move here. Smoked.
Uh-oh. Crush onto the creeps now. They're gonna initiate on the TA who, well, she is locked in place for the moment. Here comes the cavalry. Here comes the backup. Where's that black hole? Blink Dagger isn't up yet. He's actually going for a BKB. Not the Blink Dagger. Lane getting board trapped. What a play by the Venomancer. Lubby blocking Lane in. Lane should fall, but he is still alive. And finally he will drop. Gem on the floor.
Well. Have I been too hasty, LD, in calling this game over, do you think?
Never underestimate the potential for throw, Pyrion. That is a cardinal rule of Dota, and it's still a game MUFC should win comfortably.
Also, just check out Shadow Fiend. 231 and then 26. He's got his Shadow Blade, he's got his Yasha, he's got BKB, and now he's got a gem. So he could probably have stayed. I think if he just thought Bounty Hunter was there alone, he probably would have stayed and absolutely owned him. So this could be interesting now.
Well, Bounty Hunter's got a BKB, and the Shadow Fiend isn't going for the Daedalus. He's not going for the pure physical damage. He's going for a Manta style so he can remove tracks. So, same way you can remove amplify damage.
Right. And Enigma is still not going for a Blink Dagger.
Yep.
He's bought an Ogre Club.
Well, it makes sense because if he just walks in with a BKB, they can't stop him. They don't have Roar. They don't have anything that goes through that BKB. It's still going to be really hard to catch everyone, though.
Yeah. I guess he's thinking this is the other thing with Enigma is if you don't Midnight Pulse, you lose a lot of the damage potential of Black Hole. Like, if he can drop a Midnight Pulse and a Black Hole, that does that much more damage, right? So I guess he's thinking, look, I'll BKB and I can Midnight Pulse and Black Hole, so I become even more useful. And these are, I mean, it's easy. It should be easy to farm with Enigma because of all the Eidolons.
You know what's silly, though, is Lycan still has more farm than the Shadow Fiend, despite being behind by 50. He's behind by 50 CS, and he's got 4 less kills and 3 more assists. So overall, just less in pretty much every department. But the thing about it is, he's got 6 outer towers, actually 7 outer towers, and about to be 8 the way Ken's working. Whereas the Dire only have 1 tower at this point. Blanket onto the Lycan. Don't want to focus him though. Oh god, that is one angry, hungry wolf. and he wants a meal. He wants a delicious little enigma. Where's that black hole? You don't want to black hole him before the Aegis is popped. They won't have to. This could be good, but here comes the cavalry. Here comes the back. I think I've said that already this game, haven't I? Let's say it again.
Oh,
the course is giving chase, and well,
he blew it. He got killed before he could get going.
It didn't really have a chance there. There's no way he's catching everyone when they're all around him like that. But you know, if your team dies, it doesn't matter if you black hole. So he went for it. That's
Yeah.
that's pretty much gonna do it. That should be a wrap for this game and for the series.
And there's the GGs. See, now I've got to say, LD, I think that this game was one in the picks. I looked at the MUFC lineup. It looked a lot scarier than the Mavis lineup. So squishy, those first three heroes, Enigma, Jakiro, Venno, just so squishy against such manly, strong heroes. And TA, for God's sake.
I do feel that giving away a hero like TA to a team like MUFC is a bit of a mistake. It's a strong hero in general, but they're a team that's really comfortable when they have someone who can just control the tempo of the game like that. And you know, it can be countered. You really want to have Batrider to deal with it, or you want to have a clear plan with the lanes. And Slaughter just isn't a clear plan. He's a good chaser, maybe you get a kill or two, but you're not going to shut her down fully in the lane. And he's a hero that needs backup. You can't leave her alone. Even if you get something like Queen of Pain and she loses to TA mid, she still gets her farm. She doesn't feed too much. You're okay, and you don't have to devote 2 heroes to that lane. You also aren't vulnerable to those smoke ganks where instead of losing 1, you lose 2, because, hey, there's 2 heroes to be smoke ganked.
Yeah.
MUFC, they just show that experience. They show that poise, and, well, they take game 3. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up for our GEST Dota 2 broadcast today. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you to PyrionFlax for joining me. Once again, if you're not already doing so and you enjoy his cast, you find him funny, you want to learn more about him. If you're a bit of a new player, Pyrion does some very entertaining guides, also drops little knowledge bombs here or there. I'm kidding, of course, about that. But he does drop some knowledge once in a while. YouTube.com/Ted himself, Twitter.com/PyrionFlax. As for me, I'm LD. If you enjoy my casting, if you enjoy the games that we're bringing you, be sure to follow Beyond the Summit. Click that follow button. Of course, you can follow me as well. Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.com/ldDOTA. All today's games will be available via VOD on my YouTube channel and on this Twitch channel for free, hopefully in the next couple of hours. Thank you all very much for tuning in. We appreciate your support. This wouldn't be possible without y'all. But for now, we're going to say goodbye. Pyrion, any closing words to the good people out there?
No, I thought they were good games. I enjoyed all 3 of them. I thought there were lots of good team fights, and yeah, it was exciting. The second game I thought was the best game of the 3. So if you're going to watch one on VOD, I would recommend that one.
That was pretty entertaining. That will wrap it up for this series, ladies and gentlemen. It will be for today MUFC, Zenith, and I believe Orange, who all move on. Sort of the expected teams to advance. So tomorrow we're looking at Zenith versus MUFC. We're looking at Orange versus Natural 9, and all those games will be on this channel, so if you want to catch them, be sure to follow us. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you in a little bit less than 24 hours' time.
LD? You muted me again, you swine.